Hello friends, welcome to Veena's Edugrade. Do you know why you are advised for a morning walk? You may say that yes, it is of course for our fitness, or maybe it is doctor's advice. Well, that's right. But what is the reason that you are advised for a morning walk? The reason behind this is somewhere connected to photosynthesis. So, are you interested to learn more about photosynthesis? Then, this is Veena, a teacher by profession. So, let's get started. You must have learnt in physics that light is a form of energy, and the light consists of tiny particles known as photons. They are known as photons. And the energy that is present in the photon is known as quantum. And plural, you can call it as quanta. Light is one form of the electromagnetic radiation. And the other forms of electromagnetic radiations are the cosmic rays, X-rays, ultraviolet rays, infrared rays, radio waves, all this. Now, light, it falls in between the ultraviolet rays and the infrared rays, and the wavelength of visible light is between 400 to 700 nanometer. Now, this light, it is also the spectrum. It is made up of 7 colors, that is the VIBGYOR colors. VIBGYOR: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. When light strikes an object, what happens is either the light can be reflected, or it can be refracted, or it can be absorbed, or it can be transmitted. So when light strikes an object, when the light is absorbed by an object, all the energy that is present in the photons is absorbed by the object. So with this we know that when light energy is absorbed by an object, the energy present in the light is absorbed by the object, and more amount of energy is absorbed. So the light rays between 400 to 700 is the VIBGYOR. And we know that the leaves, they are green in color. You know why they are green in color? Because they have a chlorophyll pigment known as chlorophyll, and this chlorophyll pigment, it does not absorb the light, but it reflects the light. Hence, the leaves are said to be green in color because the chlorophyll pigment reflects the light. With this, we know that these light rays are very critical for photosynthesis. So whenever any light, whichever form of light is absorbed, that photosynthesis is maximum in those light rays. And because we just now learned that light is reflected, refracted, or it is absorbed, or it is transmitted, so all the light rays are not suitable for photosynthesis. The light rays which fall between the region of blue rays and the red rays is very suitable for photosynthesis. Most of the photosynthesis takes place when the light rays are in between blue rays and red rays. And you very well know that blue rays and red rays occur during the mornings and the evening time. So that is why it is said that morning walk and evening walk is very beneficial for health, because most of the photosynthesis takes place during the blue, when the light is in blue and red color, and you know the result of photosynthesis is more of oxygen is present. So during the morning times and during the evening times, the amount of oxygen present in the atmosphere is very high, because maximum photosynthesis takes place during that time. That is why it is said that morning walk and evening walk is very beneficial for health. And if at all you don't go for a morning walk also, you can just open your windows, just sit beside the window and try to do some breathing exercise, so that you inhale plenty of oxygen into your body and keep yourself fit. So I think now you know the reason why you are advised for a morning walk and evening walk, because the photosynthesis is maximum during that time when the light rays are in blue and in red color. Now we just now learned that light is required for photosynthesis. But how do we believe it? Let's do it through a small experiment. We just take a potted plant and take a destarched potted plant. What do you mean by destarched? Destarched in the sense the leaf, the plant has to be kept in a dark room for 4 to 5 days, so that all the starch which is available in the leaves is absorbed by the plant, and the leaves are left destarched, that is no starch in the leaves. We have to select such type of plant. Now why do we have to select such type of destarched plant? It is because this the starch which is already present in the leaves may interfere with our experiment. So the leaf should be completely denied of starch. That's why we destarch the plant. And now you just take a destarched plant and select one leaf, and then just put a black strip to the leaf from the front side and the back, and these edges of the leaf just seal it with Vaseline so that no light enters into the leaf. Now leave this apparatus in the sunlight for 3 to 4 hours, and after 3 to 4 hours just detach the leaf from the plant and then test it with iodine. You will find that the part of the leaf which was covered by the black strip did not turn into blue-black color, whereas the region of the leaf which was exposed to the sunlight turned into blue-black color. This shows that light is very essential for photosynthesis. This part of the leaf did not receive light, so no photosynthesis took place in that region. So this experiment, with this experiment we prove that light is very much necessary for photosynthesis. Now the next experiment, we also learned that during photosynthesis light is responsible for required for photosynthesis, and we also learned that between the blue rays and the red rays maximum photosynthesis takes place. We also learned that light is necessary for photosynthesis. Now we have also learned that carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. How do we prove it? This we shall prove it through a small experiment, that is carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. So for this we have to take a potted plant, and the same plant again has to be destarched for 4 to 5 days. And you just now you learned that why do we destarch the plant? We destarch the plant so that the leaves are denied of starch. There is no starch in the leaf, so that the starch which is present in the leaf does not interfere with our experiment. Now take this time you take a potted plant with long leaves. Take a potted plant with long leaves and then select one of the leaf, and to this leaf take a wide mouth bottle. Take a wide mouth bottle and insert this wide mouth bottle, half of the leaf into the wide mouth bottle, and before inserting just take few KOH solution or KOH pellets into this wide mouth bottle, and cover this wide mouth bottle with a split rubber cork, and through the split insert the leaf into the bottle, and this wherever the split is, there you have to just seal it with Vaseline so that no carbon dioxide enters into it. Now the question is, why do we add KOH solution into the bottle? We have to add this KOH solution into the bottle so that it absorbs all the carbon dioxide that is present in the bottle. So the purpose of the KOH solution or KOH potassium hydroxide pellets in the bottle is only to absorb the carbon dioxide which is present in the bottle. Now after setting the apparatus in this way, this is the stand on which you can rest the bottle, and after arranging the apparatus in this way, leave the apparatus in the sunlight for 3 to 4 hours, and after 3 to 4 hours just detach this leaf from the plant and detach the leaf and test it for iodine. Test it with the iodine. You will find that the leaf, when you test it with the iodine, you will find the leaf which was exposed to the sunlight turned to blue-black color, whereas the leaf which was inside the bottle did not turn into blue-black color. Now this potted plant, the leaf, it got sunlight, it also got air, but what it did not get is carbon dioxide, because the leaf did not get carbon dioxide, this part of the leaf could not prepare food. So this experiment proves that carbon dioxide is also very necessary for photosynthesis. And it is said that this experiment is also known as Moll's half-leaf experiment. So now we have learned through this that light is necessary for photosynthesis. We have also learned that carbon dioxide is also necessary for photosynthesis. We learned that the blue rays and the red rays of the light is maximum photosynthesis takes place during this time. Now in the next video we shall learn about few more internal factors of photosynthesis, and so keep watching and keep learning. Thank you friends.